John?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, hi, John. It's Colleen Daly. How are
you?
Good, good. Please tell me I'm reaching you in Florida.
You are.
Oh, that's great.
It's so nice of you to and the board to give me this opportunity. Not that I don't love Jeff Blue, but to come back.
Hey, I don't blame you one single bit. So.
Great. How are you? I'll get into the business in a minute, but everything well with you?
Everything's great. They're waiting for me over at Republican Town Committee for a vote tonight. So when I'm finished with you, I'm going to head over there. But, John, let me just confirm this information. Let me see. The time is 7:21. You're being recorded. This is appeal number 36, and this is for John and Courtney Petty at 108 Senate Lane. They have a town value of $3,338,800, and they're seeking to go to $2,400,000. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'll be quick, just so I can hold you up. I mean, we did submit an appraisal by a licensed appraiser, Larry Kelly. So you have that.
Okay.
I just wanted to kind of share, and you can make some notes to take back to the board. He lists 3 comparables, and then I have one additional one for you. But here is my kind of pitch, and I live about a half mile from this property, and I did the subdivision, so I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah.
Fence Road Drive, 2 Fence Road Drive, is not in this particular subdivision, but it's only 2 miles away. And as you can see from Larry Kelly's report, it's a very comparable house. It sold on August 21, 2020, for $1.9 million. And if you check the current assessment on fair market value, I should say, as the town takes it on Fence Road Drive, Fence Road Drive now is $1,943,000.
Okay.
The second one that Larry lists as his comparable is 160 Goldman Pond. That's 0.8 of a mile from the subject there, 108.
Yep.
That sold in July 27, 2020, for $2,450,000. And the 2020 valuation by the town is $2,150,000, so $2,150,000. His third comparable is 115 Senate Lane. That's like right next door to the subject.
Yeah.
That sold on May 3rd, 2021, for $1,925,000. That's a longtime friend and client of mine. They had that property on the market for 5 years. And after the sale that I just referred, or prior to the sale even, that I just referred to, the town dropped the assessment there by 35%. So the current assessment for 115 Senate Lane, which is basically right next door, and the homes, as you'll see from Larry's stuff, are very comparable, is $2,055,000. So we don't understand, I mean, this outlier here, we're at $3,338,000. The only other one that isn't in Larry's, but I'm familiar with, because, again, it's people I know and having done the subdivision, 120 Senate Lane, which is right across the street, that sold in May of 2018 for $2,390,000. And the current assessment... Wait,
say that again, John. In 518, it sold for what?
Yeah, it sold on May 18, 2018, for $2,390,000. And the current assessment, if you check records on that, is $2,100,000. So what I have is a client who's got on one side of them, and you'll see from the reports and everything else and the field cards, they're very, very comparable houses because they were all these, mega mansions that were.
Yeah, I know the people who lived in 160 Golden Pond. I'm familiar with that house.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's weird though because on 120 Senate Lane, which is right across the street, right next door to him, it's the current assessment based on the October 2 2020 assessment is $2,100,000 fair market value. And then right next door to him, 115 Senate Lane currently has an assessment by the town for fair market value as of October 2020 of $2,055,000.
Yeah.
And then before you even get involved with Golden Pond and Fence Row, I mean, to me, the thing I hope you'll take back to your colleagues is I've got 120 Senate Lane, very comparable house, sitting at $2,100,000 as the value.
Yeah.
And I have 115 Senate Lane sitting right across the street with the current assessment of $2,055,000. And then I got 108 Senate Lane at $3,338,000. So that's my pitch, and hopefully you guys can take a look at it and give it some sort of an equitable adjustment, because I think it's out of whack. And
so John, tell me with 108, is there anything about 108 that differentiates it from these other comps?
Well, I've been in 108, and I've been in 115. And to me, they're very comparable houses. Now, the appraisal report that I submitted with the appeal, Larry Kelly does list as his comparable 2 Fence Row and 160 Golden Pond, and he also lists as his third comparable 115 Senate Lane.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at his thing, you'll see he adjusts, but nothing dramatic.
Right.
In terms of square footage and everything. And then the one that he didn't pick up, but that I know about because it's, right there, is 120 Senate Lane.
Yes.
And that was bought, as I said, in May of 18 for $2,390,000, and it's currently assessed by the town fair market value as $2,100,000. So it's just kind of, I've never seen this sort of situation where you have 3 houses, one across the street and 2 side by side. Are comparable. Yeah.
I'm tending to agree with you here, John. It doesn't make sense to me, and he's not even asking to go down to what 115 Senate Lane is. So he's be happy at 2.4.
Yeah, if the board says that, there's some features, or I don't know what they would be, but if they think that there's a higher standard or whatever, whatever the assessor, whatever Ross and the board says, okay, but we're just looking to get it down to 2.4.
Yeah.
And to me, that would still make it the highest price or highest valued property on the block.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take a closer look at all these properties, John, but I mean, I hear what you're saying. It makes perfect sense. And I know this one. I've actually it's been a while that I've been in this one it's all Stonefront. Yeah, I know which one.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the only one that you don't have all the data on from Larry's report, because I picked it up later, is 120 Senate. But as I said, that's currently assessed as of October 20 at $2,100,000. So that's almost $1.2 million less.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense.
Right next door.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I like this appraisal. This is good. So.
All right. Well, Colleen, it's good to see you get out of there and do the votes, and I thank you for the courtesy of doing it by phone.
Yes, thank you, John. It was a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much for your time.
You too. Stay well. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
All done?
All done.
Okay.
We had a no-show.
Okay, are we recording still?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to start early then. Oh, what am I doing on this side? Should have,
What's that?
instead of tea.
God, I left here and went to the office and was working on appraisal with Big Commission.
Oh, gosh, I haven't had one of those in a long time. Oh, drat. How far off?
Like 57,000.
Oh, dear.
So, and it's just one of those things there. It's in a PUD, in the land unit development.
Sure.
So we used one comp.
Greenfield one?
No, in Milford.
Oh, okay.
We used one comp out of the PUD and 3 in the PUD. So I'm trying to get her to use 3
In the PUD?
3 outside the PUD.
Oh, sure. You gotta balance it or not balance it, yeah.
He subtracted 50,000 for the comp outside the PUD, which I feel is a lot. You know,
Does the PUD have an, it like the Greenville, does it have like a pool and?
No.
Or is it just a?
No, it doesn't, but just the fact that it's in a PUD and it has somewhat restrictions on what you can do on the outside, but.
But those are all positive things,
It's not
I
like
think.
a condo. It's
50,000?
That's a lot.
Whoa. That's a lot. I mean,
They-
think about what they changed for,
We
bedroom
don't have we don't have the quick comps that we had early on because things were closing for cash and then
Yeah.
Now there's no inventory and it's taking forever and no sales.
So they drew 365 days, or was he only doing 6 months?
No, he's doing, the last highest sales in there, but still.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's always fun.
No, it's not.
On fire,
Not fun. It's another fun.
Oh,
All right.
So, my first one didn't show, so. Anyway, good luck. Have fun. I'm off to the Republican Town Committee now.
You're what now?
You're the Republican Town Committee.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. We'll say hi to everybody. All right. Okay, I'm ready. Split up. Hi. Just wanted to set up here, so make it nice and easy. We are being recorded, just so you know. So we're a little early, so that's good. So welcome, my name is Carol Langland, and I'm on the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'll be listening to your appeal today. We are a board of 7 members, and I take your information. I may ask some questions. I may do some additional research. If I have to do a drive-by, I will. And then from there, we meet as a board, and I represent your appeal on your behalf to the rest of the board, and we vote on all the different appeals over the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me just get through a couple things real quick. I'm going to state a couple things for the record, and you can confirm just by saying yes. So we are talking about appeal number 44, and that is property address 2870 Black Rock Turnpike. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and are you Conrad?
Yes, I'm correct.
Fletcher? Fleischer, thank you. And we are talking about a town value of, an appraised value of $842,700,000, and you have an ask amount instead of $650. Okay. Okay, now I'm just going to ask you to please raise your right hand, and you're going to get sworn in real quickly. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you could just sign with a pen right there, and I'm going to jot down the time. So we are going to start this appeal at 7:30. Great, thank you. I'll get that pen back. Okay. So I did read your letter, but I have not read the comps, or what we call the comparables, properties of like size, like acreage, etc. So, and I'm a real estate agent by trade, so I'm quite familiar with comps. So, if I need to, I'll go in and take a look myself. But we're definitely don't need to review this and your letter. So, if you could go through what you think are some of the, I have yours, but tell me what you think are the best comparables. So, just real briefly for the record. This property is assessed with land, appraised with land of 564, so 564,500 is the land, and improvements, which includes your home as well as any outbuildings, such as a shed or a garage, is appraised at 278, and that's the total of 842. So, go ahead.
Well, I don't have any outbuildings, so...
Yeah, okay, so it's just your house.
Yes, just the house. Well, I mentioned the history, but with comparables... Well, let's start there, because if you just look at the numbers, of course, they're going to make sense. Because this land is big, it's almost 2 acres. But that's why I brought my survey plan.
Okay.
For the property. And basically, all this area... Sure. All this area, this is a wetlands.
Okay. And where is it designated, showing that it is wetlands on this survey?
I don't have that, but you can just see that there is a pipe that brings all the drainage from here. But But when I was building the house, they informed me that this is the wetlands. I just don't have this paper with me.
Okay, so there are places that we can get that from the town.
I think there's that wetlands.
So would you be able to see? It's not our responsibility to collect that information. If we think that the person can get it themselves, so would you be able to submit that to me tomorrow? From conservation, if you go there, it's probably online as well.
Can I ask for one more day, because I'm not sure if my wife can do it. But again, this is a pipe that serves the whole Black Rock Turnpike. So
Okay.
This is like overflow from everything else.
Right, but on the conservation map will be able to indicate what percentage, is it 1/10 or is it 1/3 of the property, which will make a big difference. Okay.
Yeah, and because this is a hilly area, this conservation also will show that this is kind of like a drainage area.
Okay.
So that's why.
So your home is up here, and then the back slopes down.
Yeah, like it goes down. This is when it's raising up. Basically.
What is this? Is this the driveway?
This is the driveway.
Okay. And is this Black Rock Turnpike here?
Yes.
This is. Okay.
Also the lowest point, so the water during class storm is coming right through my property.
Yeah.
Like during class storm.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah, I lost like 12 feet of embankment on that. And also, like, because this is a hilly area and a hilly area,
Yeah.
this is completely unusable for me
Right,
and for anybody else.
right.
I brought some pictures also to show you. This is the,
You know, pictures are good.
you know, basically, this picture, this shows this way. This is the driveway I'm talking about, and basically it's like one big indentation.
Okay, so this is Black Rock Turnpike, so I'm coming up this driveway here to, and is this,
No.
where's your house?
This is the Black Rock.
Oh, okay, that's Black Rock, okay.
And
so
this
you-
is that indentation I'm talking about.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
So this is Black Rock Turnpike.
Yeah.
So we're at your house looking
Yeah.
out at Black Rock
Yeah.
Turnpike.
Looking
Okay.
from the corner.
Okay.
And this is the,
Well, it's heavily treed too, uh-huh.
that's what I
Well,
also
but you're
mentioned
sheltered from Black Rock Turnpike busy road, that's good.
Yeah. in summer.
Okay,
This is another area that, this corner of the property, that's also hilly going down to the neighbors. This is this area, from this corner down.
okay,
So that's what I wrote in my, like, almost
Yeah.
50% of it is unused. The
right,
driveway is difficult. That's why, you know, they, as a real estate agent,
yes,
when you look at the data, somebody valued that property like the town. Like they tried to get it for $1,150,000 in 2009. And since then, they've been constantly reducing. In 2010, 980, 750, 650, 650, all the way when I bought it for 287. So somebody was thinking the same way. I got those from Zillow.
so you're saying if I went on to MLS on your property, originally in
Yes.
2009,
They tried to get that.
okay.
So you will see
Okay,
how.
okay, I'll look at the property
Yes.
history, I can do that, okay, all right.
Like, I understand when the town is coming from, like, oh, it's beautiful property, 2 acres. Somebody could even subdivide it, but it's not possible.
No,
This is
I
like-
don't know if you can subdivide where you are, I have to check to see.
No, but
if
again,
if-
I'm crossing basically a wetland.
Yeah, what is the watershed there? Is it, behind, where is it wet? Is it, stream? What is the actual water?
Well, the actual water coming from the pipe, basically all this coming close to my neighbor, like, in the worst case scenario, it's.
Okay, so there's no, it's not like a
It's not-
stream?
it's not a stream.
It's under the,
Yeah,
it's
like
under the ground?
It's like an overflow under, I think when they built the Black Rock, they put like emergency overflow from, because my neighbor has, on the other side of Black Rock, has the same pipe.
I see.
So the water coming here.
And that pipe eventually goes out to the sewers?
I have no idea.
Okay,
But,
okay,
but when it every rain, there is water.
okay, okay. So let's look at some of your, and where are you located? Just, I may do a drive-by tomorrow, if you don't
There's,
mind me going on your, I have to do
if you're
another
coming-
site visit.
If you're coming from the town,
Yes,
there is that guy who sells honey. Basically, all the stores are finished. You're going towards Merritt. I'm like,
wait, I'm heading towards Merritt, like, from Panera,
yes,
heading towards Merritt.
yes. So basically, Panera, all the stores are finished.
Yes.
There's like 5 houses.
Uh-huh,
There's
on the
that guy-
right?
On the right.
Yeah.
There's that guy who sells honey, and like third house.
Oh, so he has like an advertisement
Yeah.
selling the honey? Okay, I thought he used to sell tomatoes or something like that.
Tomatoes
but-
are much, almost close to Merritt. This
Oh,
is-
okay,
This
okay.
is like
this
a
is close.
old wagon.
Okay, all right, so, and you're on the right-hand side?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so what you've done is a comparison, you've done a good job here of listing them.
Yeah,
So
basically that.
2019, so
I put
you,
it also on the survey, on this plan. Like, this is the address, 2858 Black Rock Turnpike. They have 9,617.
their property taxes
Yes,
are,
the new one.
yes. And what are your taxes right now? Because you go by taxes, I go in my head by appraised value.
Yeah.
So
I
your
know.
taxes are 15, right?
Yeah,
15,
estimated,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
So everybody basically has 9,99999.
But based on
And
the,
eight.
but we need to compare the size of the home
Mhm.
as well as the acreage.
Sure.
So,
But again, because this is a
do
tricky
you have
land,
information on any of these?
No.
Okay, so I have to look them up.
yes, but again, the
Okay.
acreage, if you look at this land, that's why it doesn't make sense for me, because I cannot use this.
Right. We hear this quite a bit, but I'm using a very dramatic example.
Of course.
Let's say that this one, 2018, and your 4011 are on, I'm going to make this up, you're on 2 acres. Let's say they're on a half an acre.
Mm-hmm.
So even though you've got 2 acres and a lot of it is unusual you can't play soccer on it, let's say, and you can't plant on it, it still is going to have more value from a privacy standpoint than someone who's only on half an acre.
No,
I need to just make
that.
sure that these comps that you're giving me are somewhat similar.
Yeah, I understand that.
But
that's
it
why
looks out of whack.
That's why I put my house at $650. I think this is a decent privacy price, because again, I bought this house for my family. This is 2-bedroom only.
Yeah.
Even if you look at the old data, it was 4-bedroom house, which was tiny because originally it was the bedrooms were there, but they didn't count.
They were very small.
Like basically, this is the house.
Yeah.
And before, this was the same, just lower. And they had all those bedrooms in the attic, so they were like kind of didn't count towards the square feet. But people were living there.
Okay.
So I just normalized it.
Right.
And maybe brought it to code during that permit. So
now it's a 2-bedroom, and both bedrooms are upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. And your 2-bath. Okay. And obviously you probably know, but what's your square footage?
Oh, it's on the data too.
Yeah, it's on here. 575. Okay. Okay, well, I think I will mark it down just because this survey, I'll just take a quick picture of it and then I can PDF it to the file. But it would be helpful if your wife could please, I'm going to give you the email where you send it. You want, let me picture this first.
Yeah, it's got to be on data, because when we were doing all this renovation, the town made us hire the conservationist, the park specialist, monitor, and notify the animals that we doing the renovation.
Yeah. So let me write down the email for you. Okay, so you can send that to BAA. And then you're gonna reference your appeal number 44, and you can just say the attention of me, attention Carol Langland, and then just say please see attached the plot showing where the wetlands is delineated. Okay, so I'll wait a couple days. So we start deliberating on Wednesday, but if you could get that to me on Wednesday, we won't deliberate yours until maybe Thursday or the following Monday. Okay.
Yeah, when we were buying the house, that's how I understood they were coming from, that $1,150,000, because I think they were in touch with this neighbor. They were planning to do like almost gated community with 6 houses. But because the wetland,
they were unable to do it.
I'm not even know if the town doesn't say no, but basically even driving through that driveway, it's already cutting through the wetland.
Right.
So,
would you give me permission to drive in there and take some pictures tomorrow? If you see see me, I'll just wave and take some quick photos. I like to. Sometimes the photos don't give it the real. You don't get the whole thing until you actually see it.
When you say, I also mentioned the 6 trees in that property, because when we moved in, I think that's also nobody wanted to buy it for, because it's just scared of that land. It's not privacy. The land is actually disadvantaged because it needs so much attention.
Yeah.
During construction, we had three trees falling right, blocking supplies.
Oh, wow.
So
they had to clear them.
Yes. This year we had a neighbor, tree falling on the neighbor.
Oh.
We had to cut 2 other trees right there, and I was counting like 19 those trees that basically they don't have to go.
Wow.
So this is like high
high maintenance.
high maintenance property, and we don't have landscape company. This is
This
me.
is you doing all that, yeah.
My wife and son.
Yeah, sure.
So,
How old is your son?
16.
Oh,
He's
okay.
gonna be 16.
Oh, okay. Does he go to Ward?
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter graduated from there.
Oh.
Does he, actually, my fiance's son goes to Ward as well. And is he a junior?
I'm Polish,
Yeah,
so I
third
don't
year?
have those in second year now.
Oh, second year. Okay. So, okay. He's probably old for his grade. Because my son was also old for his grade as well. But is he playing sports?
No, he's a
Yeah.
musician.
Oh, what does he play?
He also goes to that regional center for the music art in Shambo. So half day at school, and then instead of electives, he goes to
how nice. What does he play?
He plays piano, and now he's torturing guitar. So
geez. That's very nice.
But he likes it, like all the shower.
Yeah.
Time, like.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
well, he's busy, so he can't be helping you. He's got to get good grades and keep up his performances.
He's a teenager now, so
yeah.
This is.
I know.
Think is an issue.
I know. Is he driving yet?
No.
Okay.
But in May, he's got his birthday in May, so early, like, I know, this.
Yeah.
Like, I try to teach him, but, like, no, go to school.
Right. Don't worry about it. I know. I noticed a lot of boys actually delay driving for some reason.
17 years old. I couldn't wait to get it. But
I know.
It's different now.
I agree. Okay. Well, okay, so you know what to get to me, and I will pull up some of the data so I can justify some of these comps for you.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I should tell you, let me see, sorry, I was doing this all day today, and I took a break, and now I forgot. I'm supposed to tell you that, so I'll be sending your petition to the rest of the board, and we deliberate and vote. You will be notified by mail of the board's decision within 7 days of the decision. All the decisions will be made in March. If your appeal is denied, you can come back next year. If you were granted the reduction, you can't appeal it. So let's say you ask for a reduction to $650, but we grant it to $675. You can't go back to appeal again because you got a reduction until the following reevaluation, which is in 2025. And if you don't agree with the board's decision at all, you can take the next step, which is to appeal it in court, which can be lengthy and costly. But anyway, the instructions on how to do that are going to be in the decision letter.
I understand.
Okay.
And just to let you know, we're also doing the help for Ukrainians. So if you have any women products or children products.
Oh, what are you collecting them?
Yes.
At your house?
Yes.
Oh,
so
gosh.
You're gonna see
okay.
the house with the flag. You know.
Oh, okay. Oh, absolutely. Oh, good to know. Okay.
Sure.
Well, I will spread the word for that. Thank you for letting me know.
No, good. Very nice to meet you.
Same here. Okay. Well, so I'll look for your email from either you or from Magda.
Yeah.
Can I call her Magda?
Mari.
Mari. Okay.
Is G.
Oh, okay. There's a Hungarian guy landlord that I'm working with, and his daughter's named Magda, so her name is in my brain.
She only hears Magda.
Oh, okay.
Mari is like sweeter.
Mari.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Mari, right?
Yes, it sounds very Southern European, like Mediterranean or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Nice to see you.
your 8 o'clock here, you want them?
I'll come down in 1 second.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, 427 Tilton, Amy?
For the same address.
Yeah, but two different businesses.
Yeah.
No, I take them separately. Yeah.
I forgot my paperwork because I got new a car today and I realized I didn't have it with me.
Oh dear, okay. All right, hold on. All right, so, okay. Start time is 8:04. We're being recorded, so I have to.
Oh, okay.
Announcements, yeah. In case there's a public who wants to listen in. Are you Amy Rice?
Yes, Reese, yes.
Reese, thank you. And I'm going to have you sign. I'm going to swear you in, and then you can sign that. So I'll just get my notes, make sure I tell you everything. So welcome. My name is Carol Langland. I'm one of 7 people on the Board of Assessment Appeals. I'm going to hear your appeal today. Your hearing is also being recorded right now online. The time, as I said, is 8:04. Let's just go through a couple things, and then I'm going to have you sworn in. So the property address is 427 Stilson Road. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you were the owner of the, is it called the Salon Suite?
No, it's Hair 22 at a salon. It's
Oh,
a
these
hair
like,
salon.
see, everybody
It's
has
a
their
suite.
own
Yep.
separate little thing, right?
Right.
So she has her own as well as that.
We're actually in the same suite,
Okay.
but we're separate businesses.
You're in the same suite. So you have different days.
Well, we sometimes work at the same time because we're a double suite, so we can work at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kind of coincidental then that you both are appealing at the same time. That's
We started at the same time, and we didn't know about this,
Okay.
and we weren't aware. We didn't know we could do it online, and
Right.
that's where it was very confusing, and I didn't know about it. I never got anything in the mail.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, before we get started, let me
Right.
just get you sworn in. So
Right.
And then we'll make sure you're telling the truth, whole truth. Okay,
Right.
so raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the information you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So now we can begin. You just have to
Okay.
sign that I
Sign here.
swore you in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at your appeal. It says, never received the declaration of personal property form, wasn't aware, because you opened in November of 2020. So, so you didn't get the personal property form at all.
Mm-mm.
Did they send it to you after the fact?
No, I never ended up receiving it, and then someone told me after, when it was already the new year, that I could have did it online. I'm like, I wish someone told me I could have did it online, but I didn't know.
Okay.
I had no idea.
Okay. So, so these are two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
So one, you probably got a penalty.
Right, I ended up getting that. I ended up getting that form.
That's a state mandated thing.
Right.
And it's usually 10% of the declared value.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not actually what I'm a little confused because
Right.
you're appealing according to what we have here and what's down in our records, you're appealing the property values being declared at 4,000, and you're asking for 1,012.
Uh-huh.
So is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So so you don't have your paperwork, so you need to email it to me. That's
Yeah.
okay. Because I don't have anything to go on.
Right.
I can't just take your word. I have to get documentation.
What paperwork am I supposed to send?
Well, your personal property, it would be, you're supposed to declare as a business.
Uh-huh.
You're getting charged for, in your case, well, how did you come up with $1,000?
Well, the lady here explained to me what I was supposed to, the amount of what I'm supposed to declare. So I just kind of added up.
Tell me about this business. What do you have there that you own versus?
I only own my tools. I don't own the chairs. I don't own mirrors. I don't own the stations. My tools. And your tools are? I have blow dryers, scissors, curling irons, flat irons, stuff like that. Okay. Towels? Yeah. Shampoo? Oh, I didn't know shampoo and all of that goes into it. I'm sorry? I didn't know shampoo goes into that, but we also split all of that too. So that's where it's have to have some sort of inventory. Mm-hmm. But that's where it goes back to we split everything. I see. Yeah. Okay. Because we kind of go back and forth. So you need to have some sort of a declaration statement. Okay. No matter what the business, whether you're a sole proprietor like you are, owning your own hair salon, or a large liquor store. Everyone has inventory that the town declares the value if it's not from you, and assigns a property tax. Just like we own cars, we have to pay a property tax on the cars. Right. We own a house, I have to pay the property tax on the house. I think it's the same thing. I know it's the That's
same
why
thing
I wouldn't think that shampoo and stuff would be maybe not part of that. Since that I don't know. I mean, it's something that's always being purchased. Yeah, right. It's not like once, like my curling iron. Maybe that's more of an expense than an actual property tax. That's why the girls were telling us that would be like your curling irons, your blow dryers, because those are things you're using, not consistently buying, but that's what you're using throughout the year. Sure. That's what that's what I did add up, everything. So I don't know where the town value of 4,000 came from. Someone told me that was an average of what other hairdressers are being charged. So that's why I was like, that's a lot of money, because that's not how much I have. Right. So it may be that this is based on someone who has several employees. Right. And I'm sold. Yeah. So that's why we need to have your declaration. So right. What I'm thinking is if you split the blow dryers and you buy them together and then you just we have our time? Between the blow dryers and curling irons, we have our own. Your own stuff. It's just the rest of the stuff, like shampoos and stuff. Expensive. The expenses let's call that expensive. Right. So we do have our separate tools. All right. So I think number one, I'm not sure. I have to inquire how we would be able to waive the 10% penalty, because sometimes there's this, you're supposed to know. When you open a business, you're supposed to know. Which no one told us, so we don't know. Right. Because we did start November 2020, which was already after the fact for that year as well. Yeah. So when it popped up, we didn't know. I didn't know. I can understand that. Yeah. So that makes sense to me. So I think she said the notices go out sometime in September. Right. Now that we're aware of it, we'll look out for it. Yeah. And if we don't receive it, we know we could do it online. Right. Okay. So that's one piece of it. But the more important piece, to be quite honest, 10% of $4,000, even if it was that, it's $40. What compared to the tax of your market value on here? Do you know what the taxes are? You don't have your paperwork with you in terms of what the bill was, what your tax bill was? Tax bill. Because if the town is valuing you at $4,000, then I guess I don't know what your taxes are based on that $4,000 versus if you want it to be based on $1,000. Well, like I said, there's going to be
you declare a value, and from that value, they assign a personal property tax
Okay.
that you're going to owe every year
Okay.
based on, like I
Instead
said
of-
to you, like you own a home, we have to pay
Right.
tax on the home. If you own a car registered in Fairfield, you
Yep.
have to pay that tax on the car. It's the same thing with personal property for a business.
Okay.
Forgive me, I've been doing mostly real estate appeals today, so I have to check and see what the tax is.
Yeah, I have
I don't
no
know, it's a
idea.
percentage.
I have
It's
no
a
idea.
tiny percentage of what the value is, so
Right.
this is 1/4 of what, so it's, whatever the value is, it's gonna be meaningful for you to be able to substantiate what you truly have.
Okay.
So, my recommendation is for you guys to figure that out in the next couple days and to email me back. Well,
Okay.
not you, not her, I'll say the same thing to her.
Right.
A declaration of your, but you can handwrite it, I don't care if it's handwritten or, or typed up. But it needs to be submitted. I think, actually, did you get you saw the form online already?
You're talking about the declaration?
Yeah.
I did fill that out.
Oh, you did?
That's been filled out since I appealed.
It has been
So
filled out.
it's been filed.
So this $1,000 is on there.
Yeah, that's been, okay, so that's why I'm all confused.
Okay,
I'm trying to
okay.
understand what you're asking.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been filed, yeah.
Okay.
I have the receipt, I just don't physically have it with me,
Gotcha.
but it's been filed, yeah.
Okay, so I don't have it. So
Right,
that's what I need.
okay, yeah, so it had been filed though, on their end.
Okay, I need to have that.
Right, okay.
So, you're saying that's already in the tax assessor's office?
Yes, I
Okay,
filled
so-
that out the same time I appealed.
Okay. So,
That's
all
why I
right,
thought
so
maybe
then
you would have
I-
it.
Not in my file.
Sorry,
Not in
yeah,
my
but I
file,
did
but
fill it out.
Okay, so then I'll check.
Okay,
I
sorry.
will check then. I will check.
I'm sorry, I'm just confused about everything,
I
so I'm
didn't
like trying to
realize you
understand.
actually did it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sorry.
No
Yeah,
worries.
they told me, they're like, if you didn't fill it out, make sure you fill it out. I came here personally, filled it out, appealed at the same time, and they have both.
Gotcha.
They had both paperwork.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So what I'm gonna do is get that and, review it.
okay.
And discuss
I didn't
with the
realize that
board.
was what you were asking.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
And I need to find out where this 4,000 came from.
Right.
So,
Yeah, because the ladies over there said that if you don't fill it out, they give you an average
yeah,
of, and
Okay.
that's probably what they
that's probably what
they
happened.
did. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, so I will get into that, tomorrow.
Okay.
And then I think that it's pretty cut and dry.
Okay.
You know, I will try to make an appeal that, like I said, like you said, you started the business before, like right at the weird cusp when it was supposed to go out.
Right.
And now you know.
Right.
So, all right, once I do that, just to let you know, we review all the appeals in the evenings starting on Wednesday. We go through the whole month of March. So it's not only, we have about, I want to say like about 130 or 150 appeals.
Oh,
It's a
wow.
lot, and we have to go, and some are much more extensive than
Right.
yours. They're actual
I'm sure.
they're real estate properties, which take a lot of time to go through.
Yep.
So we will make a decision, though, on every appeal, and you'll get that appeal within 7 days of
Okay.
the decision, definitely sometime this March. If your appeal was denied, you can come back next year. If your appeal was granted and the value was reduced, you can't appeal it until you can't appeal that decision until the next reevaluation.
Okay.
If you don't like the board's decision on if it was rejected, you can take the next step, which is to appeal it in court. But that's probably costly, and I probably wouldn't want to do that. But
Yeah.
anyway, the instructions are on there.
Right.
So I get it.
Right.
It's not that complicated. So
Right.
thank you. This concludes the hearing for today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Do you need this?
Yes, I do need that back. Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. You can maybe send your
Sure.
colleague
Yep.
in as well. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi,
Hello,
how are you?
Good, how are
Okay,
you?
I guess it's the same thing, but,
Yes.
you know, it's better to keep them separate because we're being recorded.
Yeah. So the only thing with me is what I'm arguing about is like the late fee. That's it, because I did file for it.
Okay. So, let's start out from the beginning. I just have to do my little spiel here because we're being recorded.
No
So
problem.
the time is 8:17, and I am hearing appeal number 51 for 427 Stilton Road. Correct me if I'm wrong. And
Correct.
your name is Jessica Murillo?
Correct.
And you are the owner of your business. What's it called?
Just here, studio.
Okay. And the only thing I guess I need from you would be just to sign that you are the owner of this not this property, but the business. And if you could just raise your right hand while I swear you in. Do you solemnly swear that the information that you shall give concerning the assessment appeal now in question shall be your truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's a pen right there. Can you just sign that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so yours is more cut and dry because the one ahead of you, she was appealing the actual value as well. So you're declaring your value as $2,060.
Yeah.
And the town has it valued at $2,060, and you're only so your appeal was $20. No, $200.
The late fee.
The late fee.
Yeah.
10%.
Yeah.
$200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the letter was late. It wasn't my fault. So when did you start? The same time?
For the business?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the business started in
November 3rd, 2020.
Okay. And are you is that registered with the town?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah,
I have
the
a
November.
business license, or
Yeah.
you mean on the date?
Yeah.
It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got it right before we came to pick it up, so we can have it on time to open up.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to state to the board that because of the time frame of the letter probably went out before you were incorporated to other businesses that not incorporated, but
The year 2020 we actually didn't receive one because
Yeah.
we had just opened up.
right.
But our landlord was selling my salon suite business, so I guess she wasn't paying attention to the mail and stuff because it goes into one big mailbox and then it gets separated into like the cubicles for every suite.
Oh.
So when we got it, it was after it was due to do the property
Right.
tax thing, and it was the first year I never
Don't
filed
you
for
think
property tax.
it should be filed for go to your home address or something versus there?
Well, I don't know because since everything is registered to the address. of the
Yeah.
home.
Sometimes
The business.
people have a separate mailing address,
Mhm.
and that you should think about that, because even if you move your business to a different
I
salon
can,
suite, I don't know, just something to think about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I always like things to go to like one place no matter where I
Okay.
may move. Okay, so we'll get what I can do is probably get the declaration showing that it was November.
Okay.
And I can prove by speaking to, because I already spoke to the gal out there, that the notices go out in September or latest October, so it was
Okay.
moot. And then you're explaining that you just got it.
Yeah.
When did you actually physically see?
I remember I
The
opened a
notice.
letter, and I think I said to myself, oh my God, and because there's a bunch of us, a bunch of different
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah.
I opened the letter, and it said, oh, it was due like a week ago.
Okay.
So all of us were having kind of like a fit about it. But the week before, I think it must have been like maybe the second week of December, because our landlords changed December 1st.
Okay.
So when that happened, we spoke to our landlord about how we don't get our mail every day.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm going to get on it. When he went to go check,
was
the letter
too late.
was, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And where is this located?
427.
I know, but where is it? I'm trying to think.
Do you know what the Wells Fargo is on Blackground Turnpike?
Yeah.
In Little Pub?
Yeah.
Unit Stilton's right there.
Yeah.
Right behind Wells Fargo.
Okay.
It's where Davita Dialysis is and Braun Thomas Orthodontist.
So I'm just curious, so you have clients from friends, family, whatever, and
Mhm.
so this is a way for you to, like, what's beneficial for working, having your own versus like working at a salon? I'm just curious.
So I come from a commission salon, so with that, everything I did behind the chair is what I pay myself with, but I have to give my boss, the owner,
Right.
50% commission.
Gotcha.
Some salons you give them more than 50%. I came from a 50% commission salon.
I see.
The benefits of me having this small space is I pay my rent weekly. I can decorate it. This is room this size. I decorate it however I want. I have
Yeah.
privacy. I am my own boss, and I just pay my rent. I don't have to pay utilities. Everything's included.
Everything's included.
And everything I do, I keep.
I see.
So it's kind of having your own salon.
Yeah.
Just like in a smaller scale.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Is it working out so far?
So far, so
you've
good. I love
You've
it.
been over a year.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
successful.
Mhm.
And you're busy every day.
Thank God, yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Interesting. I've been going to Total Look for years, so
Oh.
I've never heard. I've heard
One
of
of my
these
old
suites,
coworker used to work at Total Look. His name was Jeff.
Oh,
Stafford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did leave, didn't he?
Yeah, he worked with me at the salon where I was before for a couple of years, for about 5 years. In and out, because he had semi-retired, and now he's fully retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that. I didn't know
Yeah,
about
so
your
basically
business.
you have to have a clientele in order to do this.
Yeah.
Because it's not a place where you would get walk-ins.
Walk-ins, for
no,
sure.
you need to have a following.
Yeah. That's nerve-wracking.
It was. In the beginning I was. Now I'm like, I should have done it sooner.
Well,
It's good.
I'm happy to hear that. Okay. So, Jessica, basically moving forward, so I will collect that information.
Mhm.
Technically, you guys are supposed to actually provide it to us.
Yeah, I know. I
So,
had all the envelope and the letters in my station, and I left it, and I got in the car, and I said, oh, here it is. I have the letter. I just got in the car, and I looked at it. It's my business license renewal. It's not, because it said Town of Fairfield. That was so
another
bad.
one.
I was like, damn.
That's okay. It's a pretty quick thing for me to get. But if you ever have to do this again,
Yeah,
it's really
totally.
important that you spoon feed us, because it's not our job. We're volunteers.
I know.
To do this.
I was like, I feel so horrible. I'm gonna
No,
get
don't worry
yelled at.
about it. So we'll be meeting over the month of March, deliberating. So I represent you on your behalf to the rest of the board. We vote on whatever the appeal is. In your case, it's the penalty, to waive the penalty, and then you'll get a decision in the mail within 7 days.
Okay.
If you don't like your decision, you can appeal it to a court. Go to court, which is a more complicated way and probably more costly. But in any case, you can.
Okay.
And if you are granted it, you can't make any other appeals for this year. Like you're done, but you can when it gets reassessed.
Yeah.
Because your 2,000 will. Now, I think it will. Actually, a business is probably different than a real estate reevaluation. I think you have to do this every year.
I think the girl said maybe it's every year.
Yeah.
The girls that have been there this week longer than me.
Okay.
But I think now I'm more aware of it. So by
just
September.
Just call the tax assessor's office and find that out.
This is something I didn't know about.
She may even know, Paula.
Okay.
She's one of the people that works in the assessor's office.
So she knows if it's every year.
She probably would know. Yeah. So I'm done, so I may walk out with you anyway. But that's it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Concludes. We're at 8:26.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
You too.